Battle Royales have been at the forefront of the gaming community for, I'd say, the last year to 2 years, especially with the rise of Fortnite. And we've seen it obviously explode into the Call of Duty scene with Black Ops 4's Blackout. And basically Battle Royales are throwing, 100 players into a match, having them fight till the death, and then last alive is the winner. So with Modern Warfare coming out and no announcement of a Battle Royale, it did leave some eyebrows raised and a lot of question marks, but at the same time, we could kind of expect something to be in the works. And it looks like we got our very first glimpse of that today. And it's a pretty big glimpse and actually is very exciting and got my blood pumping. So I'm really excited to share this information with you guys. Now, I do want to say right off the start that I'm going to be reading directly from and sharing all this information from an article that came out of Charlie Intel. So guys, if you don't know what Charlie Intel is, great source of news and information. I will leave this article linked down below in the description. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. Drop a like if you're excited for Battle Royale in Modern Warfare. It does look really good. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, of course, this was all data mined from the PC files, and, it's an unfortunate situation, but it happens to every game. It happens every year, no matter what. You just can't really prevent it, from my understanding. And this really kind of debriefed us on a lot, and it even includes images. So, there's a lot to cover here, but we don't know exactly when this will be coming out. There's a lot of hinting at the fact that it will come out at early 2020 in the new year, once, the game starts to kind of get into the cycle and people are starting to unlock the best things in multiplayer, finish off campaign. There needs to be something new, and that seems to be the new strategy, which I really like. It's something I advocated for in the past. I wanted to see Call of Duty drop something big down the road, not just at launch. So I'm really liking this strategy. But basically, this includes the zones, the points of interest, which apparently are two different things. There's a lot of different options and defaults that we'll go over. We'll talk about respawns and missions, the miscellaneous. There's armor information, perk, kill streak, lots of information, guys. There's lots. So let's go ahead and jump right into the zones and points of interest. So right off the start, there are apparently two different things. There's zones, which include airfield, boneyard, dam, downtown, gulag, hospital, layover, lumber, overgrown, port, quarry, storage town, supercenter, train yard, and TV station. TV station, wasn't that like a COD 4 mission in that? I'm pretty sure that was a COD 4 mission. I could be wrong, but anyhow, there's also points of interest, which are bank, fire station, gas station, gun store, pharmacy, and police station. And I almost feel like those have some kinds of there's something that's that you can interact with in those. I think that might be the difference. So the zones are where you drop in. Those are your those are the drop points that are standard for any battle royale. And then points of interest, just the names of them and what they're referencing, just seems like they have some kind of significance. Like bank, maybe you go there to exchange some kind of currency or to take out some kind of currency that you can use on the map. I don't know. Maybe fire station has something to do with putting out fires or getting explosives or something. Gas station, maybe you have to go to gas stations for vehicles to actually restore your vehicle. Gun store maybe obviously has something to do with getting weapons, and you use the money from the bank to get the weapons or upgrades or attachments. If you can't find them on throughout the map, then you just go there. If there is one nearby, maybe there's only two on the map. Then there's a pharmacy, which could be for heals and health and whatnot. Then police station, I'm not exactly sure what that could be, but maybe that's what the points of interest have to do with, and that could be kind of a cool change up for a battle royale. And then here is the image of the actual map, guys, and there's also a second image as well, just a cool loading screen or something. And if it's not coming up on the screen for you right now, it's just because I couldn't, and I will leave the article link down below that you can take a look at. And it's a really cool looking map. It seems very interesting. You can clearly see some of these points of interest. For example, the dam, you can see where that would be. There also seems to be a stadium or something, which is very cool. But regardless, I'm excited for this map. I like the way it looks. It seems very cool. Then for the default options, there's just a bunch of different things that kind of give us an idea of what the game's going to look like. So apparently the player count can go up to 200. So that's huge. That's a really, really big deal. If there was a battle royale with 200 players in a game, that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. And depending on how big the map is, it's got to be pretty big. But that's going to be a fast-paced battle royale. That's going to be pretty damn fun. Then for playlists, we have solos, duos, and squads. There's an ending game radar, which is on, so that's a thing. I don't know what infiltration options C-130 means. I'm not exactly sure what that means. There's a 150 max health. Last stand health, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if I like last stand, but I guess that's just, I don't know what that means, is 100. Last stand revive health is 30. Last stand timer is 60 seconds. Last stand revive time is 7 seconds. And then friendly fire punish limit is 2. So you can kind of make of that what you want. We have the infiltration options, which are the C-130, the Convoy, and the Blackhawk. I guess those are like what you come in on, or I don't know. I guess you can choose those options. I don't know what that means. Then starting weapons are fists, the G21 pistol, MP5, M4A1, and knife. So yeah, I don't know, again, what that means. Usually you just start with your fists, but I'm not sure why there's pistols and M4s and MP5s. Then there's an enable BR loot, which turns on loot on supported map. Circle star size override, size of the damage circle at map start, and then default match starts with no circle, uses for smaller matches. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. If it can't fill a match of 200 people, there's different options that the game will default. Now, for respawns, they gave us some information, or it gives us some information on respawns, and it's kind of like Apex Legends, to be honest. And I really like this. This is kind of cool. So there are respawn tokens that can be looted when an enemy dies or a teammate dies. After one use, respawn tokens are disabled for that player, so you can only respawn up to one time. To respawn a teammate, obtain a respawn token, then drop their body near an ambulance, which is kind of cool. Once the body is dropped at the ambulance, the player will enter the gulag queue for a chance, which is interesting, to win a 1v1 and respawn into the match. So it's not just an instant guarantee. You then get queued up and you have to go up against somebody in a 1v1, which is so cool. I love that. It's more competition added to the battle royale. I love that. It's very, very cool. And then at some point during the match, the gulag will be closed and no longer usable, thus preventing respawns, kind of like in Apex. Towards the end of the match, you'll no longer be able to just do that at all, even if you still have that one token available. And then once a player has respawned, they must locate and activate a mobile armory to retrieve their loadout. All right, so missions. Battle Royale features missions, which can be looted via finding tablets. Only one mission can be active for a squad at a time. So there's a couple different mission types, apparently. There's tracked, there's time to run, there's assassination, which is eliminate a specific player. That's really cool. There's scavenger hunt, which means to collect scavenger crates. There's domination, which is capture the domination point. And then there's random, which is, I guess, randomized amongst the previous 5 missions. If no bounty is available for the assassination mission, consolation plunder will be awarded. Then when a mission is started or completed, the entire squad will be notified by this on screen. So this is another very cool thing. Missions in Battle Royale. I really, really like that. So now we have kind of 2 different things that they've created that are completely new to Battle Royale, the 1v1 and missions. And I love both of them. I think they're both very good ideas. So a couple miscellaneous points. The Battle Royale will have its own slice in the main menu. The jump master of a squad can select deployment point prior to the match start. If the jump master chooses to discard the role, any player can become it. So that's kind of like Apex as well. Players who are not the jump master have the ability to jump separately from the team. If you detach from the jump master, you will not drop in proximity to your loadout, bag, or loot. So that's basically like Apex Legends, and I like that a lot. I think that's a good one. There's different rarities, which is very, very cool. That was not the case in Blackout, and rarities are good for content, and it just makes the game more fun. There's white, green, blue, purple, and gold. There is a limited inventory space. All the weapons, attachments, equipments, field upgrades, and kill streaks apparently are from multiplayer. There's gas masks, there's vests, there's helmets, there's bandages, there's ammo, there's backpacks, there's portable defibrillators, and there's plunder. You can't hold 2 of the same weapons. You cannot take armor of lower level than currently equipped, which is kind of cool. That keeps you from like buying by accidentally picking up a lower tiered armor. And in regards to armor, they've definitely switched it up from the way it was done in Blackout, and kind of went the H1Z1 route with helmets. So there's helmet level 1, which reduces headshot damage by 30% and reduces the effect of flash and concussion grenades, which is kind of cool. Ballistic vests are also in the game, and I don't know if that's different from armor. I think that's just what armor is called. So ballistic level 1 absorbs 50 damage, ballistic level 2 absorbs 150, and then ballistic level 3 absorbs 150 as well, and increases healing item usage by 25. So that's an interesting perspective. The only difference is that it just helps you heal faster. So that's kind of cool. There's a ton of perks. I'm not going to go through all of these, but there's definitely some cool ones to take a look at. One in particular that's very interesting. Stalker is actually in the game. It's not in multiplayer. And Stalker allows you to have a faster movement while aiming down your sights. So in a battle royale, that's going to be pretty good. That's going to be a pretty effective perk to have equipped. There's also a Thief perk, which allows you to harvest 20% more of the plunder. There's Ammo Scavenger, which is enemies you kill always drop more ammunition. There's also Armor Scavenger, there's Medic Scavenger, there's Plunder Scavenger. There's Ghost, which allows you to be invisible from drones and sensors. Sneaky, which is like dead silence. There's a lot of really cool ones. There's Explosive Ordnance, which is just like Flak Jacket. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of perks. Now for kill streaks, their kill streaks are activated using lethal and tactical buttons. It says Juggernauts cannot pick up loot, and then UAV satellite trucks must be charged before scanning an area. Once used, they will remain on cooldown for some time before coming back online. So I don't know how this works. Juggernauts, I don't know if that means that there's like suits that you can find on the map, or if it's an earned thing, but they don't have any loot. So I guess it drops all your loot, which is good. I like that. Then UAV satellite trucks sounds like something that are like placed around the map, and teams can go to them to activate them, and they are, maybe active for 25 seconds, and then they go offline, and the cooldown maybe might be a minute or so, but it doesn't seem like they're kill streaks that you necessarily earn. So I'm looking forward to more information coming out on that. For plunder, earn plunder by completing missions and eliminating enemies. Purchase game-changing items at plunder box locations. Collect plunder and convert it into XP by depositing it into ATM machines located throughout the game. So I was kind of right prior to what I was saying about banks. It seems like there's some kind of in-game currency. The player who collects the most plunder in a match will be named the best plunderer. This is a minimum amount of plunder required before depositing it into the bank. Plunder dropped from eliminated enemies expires after some time, and when players enter a bank, the bank alarm will sound, alerting all enemies within the vicinity. Okay, so I was right. That's exactly what it is, and that's very interesting. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. That adds a whole new dynamic to Battle Royale, to be honest, and that's very cool. I'm pumped actually about that, to see some new changes. And then finally, we have Gulag. The Gulag Prison Camp. It's a one-on-one single round match. Win to respawn. When enabled, players will have a chance to respawn back into the match by winning a 1v1 fight. The Gulag acts as a King of the Hill style gauntlet, meaning players in the Gulag queue will spectate the players who are currently fighting in the Gulag. There will be a countdown on screen indicating how many rounds are left until you fight. A jailbreak happens every so often and kicks all players out of the Gulag and back into the match. Players will have the ability to place bets on the players who are fighting using plunder. That's even cooler. So while you're sitting in the queue, there might be a chance of just a jailbreak and everybody gets to go back. There also might be a chance of the ability to, when you're sitting in the queue, you're bored, you want something to do, you can watch these 1v1 matches and you can place bets on them, which earns you plunder, in-game, currency, whatever that allows you to do. It probably allows you to get upgrades and stuff in-game. So take that in mind. They said this was in-game, which is, again, very good to see. But regardless, guys, I'm super pumped about this. This is very exciting news, and it seems like they're going all out with it, and they're really experimenting. They're being creative and adding new dynamics to Battle Royale, so I'm really excited about this. It looks like they're doing a fantastic job. I can't wait to see more on the Battle Royale for Modern Warfare. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, guys. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.